Hello, you're welcome to another interesting edition of Law in Action. We are still continuing the understanding the Constitution section by section. Today we are going to look at chapter 1 of the Constitution. Chapter 1 of the Constitution has what we call general provisions, and under chapter 1 we have part 1, which we are going to look at today. Now, part 1 has some sections, but we are going to look at section 1 of that part 1. Now, you've heard people or lawyers or a lot of people say that the Constitution is the Alpha and Omega in the land. That is, nobody is above the Constitution. It is this section 1, subsection 1, 2, and 3 that gives the Constitution such power. Now, if you look at section 1 says that this Constitution is supreme. That is, it is the Alpha and the Omega. It is the supreme law of the land. That is, this Constitution is supreme and its provisions have binding force on all authorities and persons. That is, the provision of this law, of this Constitution, has a lot of binding force on everybody. That is, nobody is above the law. Perhaps you've heard people say that nobody is above the law. So it is this subsection 1 of section 1 of the Constitution that gives the Constitution the power to be above every person, and that nobody is above the law. So which means that whether you're president, you are governor, you are a member of House of Representatives, you are anybody, even if you're a foreigner, this Constitution is binding on you once you are in this country. And you know, the persons we are referring to here could be a natural person. It could also be an artificial person. So natural persons are human beings like you and I, while artificial persons are companies or body corporates. Body corporate as well can offend the spirit of the Constitution. So it means that the Constitution is binding on every person in this country. So let's look at subsection 2. They said the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall not be governed, nor shall any part or group of the persons take control of this government of Nigeria, except in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution. That is, this subsection 2 says that it is this Constitution that will tell us how we are going to govern ourselves. Nobody can be a leader as far as this country is concerned without following the dictates of the Constitution. That is what subsection 2 says. Well, then look at subsection 3. This one says that if any law is conflicting with the provisions of this Constitution, then that law shall be void. That is, that law shall bend down for the provisions of this Constitution. You can see that the Constitution of Nigeria is so very great, is so very supreme, and has binding force. I still remain Olumide Alabi. Take care. We shall see next time again.